What's going on, everybody? All right, happy Monday to everybody, October 14th, 2024. All right, so let's talk about some profits, some numbers, and how the Snyderverse did make profit and how we continue to win, regardless what the toxic James Gunn cultists claim and try to say. Regardless, we are winning. As always, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and let's talk about this. All right, so look, after looking at some numbers, all right, and doing a little bit of research, I have come up and I've seen what the final box office numbers were for each movie that was, after what we got with the Snyderverse, and we're gonna get into that right now. So as we wait for more people to come in, we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna break this down. But it's very interesting because it just shows you that the Snyderverse was and it made profit. And WB knows it, the fans know it, the toxic James Gunn cultists know it also. They just don't want to face it and don't want to admit it. But when it all comes down to it, we know what's up. The fans know what they want. WB knows what we want. And in the end, they know what sells, because it's interesting how they try to keep on portraying and saying that the Snyderverse is quote unquote dead when in reality it's not. All right. We're going to get into all this. So, as always, drop your comments so I can read them and, I'll be checking them out and stuff like that. All right. What's going on, Shane? Because either proves we want the DCU, not crap. Yep, that's true. The DCU movies were huge box office and that sold heavy. Yep, that's true. That's why I want to talk about this so we can actually look at all these numbers and to everybody that's still in denial, this is some facts, and it's probably gonna hurt some feelings and crush some feelings, but the reality is that with Zack Snyder, WB, they were at the top of the game and they were ahead of the game. They were so far up ahead Marvel, and they were just beating Marvel. The fact is that when Zack and David Ayer were there, they were winning. They were doing everything, and for the most part, everything that they were doing, it was right. It was good. But shady WB is always playing WB games, and till this day, they continue to play the same games, and it's caught up. Sean, what up? Appreciate you watching. Bradley, what up? James Gunn Superman Legacy is going to be a big flop. It's not gonna be a big flop. It's gonna be a massive flop. Oh wow, that's true. Matt Reeves stolen title Batman movie flopped hard. Yes, exactly. That is a stolen title, and we're gonna talk about that too. All right, good thing that you brought that up. I already have that on my list. So we're about to talk about this. Like I said. So while we're waiting more people to come in and stuff, We'll really get into it in a few seconds. But let's start off with this. All right. So we already know that Superman, quote unquote, legacy. That's what I'm still calling that piece of crap. Next year is going to come out on, I think, what, like June, July. I don't even care. But when it does release, it has some heavy competition going up against it. We know that it has I think that Lilo and Stitch, it has a Fantastic Four, and of course it has Jurassic World 4. All right. Now bringing into the topic. All right. Appreciate everybody that's watching. Make sure to drop your comments because I'm reading them as I'm going along. All right. Yes, it did make profit. Yes, exactly. All right. What up, Dominique? Matt Reeves makes Superman and Batman universe. It could happen, but check this out. All right, look. So talking about the profits, let's break it down real quick before we get into the DC stuff. All right. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. Next year, Superman's gonna be going up against Jurassic World, and we already know that with Jurassic World, it's an established brand. I don't care what you're trying to do with Superman; people are not interested. It's not enough attention, and you can do all your little marketing. It's not going to work, honestly. I wish it would, but it's not. WB has screwed over the fans. They robbed Henry Cavill and they gave it to David Corn Sweat. We already knew for years that this was going to happen because rumors were floating around and stuff like that. So why does this bring to this topic? Very interesting. And let's get right to the point. Jurassic World 4. We get it. It's going to be a new, I guess, take, reboot again, but it's still under the Jurassic World brand. All right. Let's look at the numbers. All right. When they first came out with Jurassic World, the first film, they made 1.6 billion at the box office. All right. Huge, massive win. On the second film, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, they made 1.3 billion. Still a massive win. All right. Things start to go a little bit down south and just they weren't really up to what the fans wanted because in Jurassic World Dominion that we got last year was 229.7 million. That's a big drop. But we have to understand also this Jurassic World wasn't what they planned, because after the movie came out, of course, Universal had what they wanted to do, like an extended cut, and they thought that they were going to capitalize, but that just pretty much bit them in the butt, and it just kind of hurt them in the long run. And of course, what we got with Jurassic World Dominion, a lot of fans were, like they were hurt by it. I'm one of them. And, like bringing in Dr. Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, and you're having them with all this new cast of, like Chris Pratt and, all these characters that were within, Jurassic World from Jurassic Park. They finally had this big epic, screen time. Universal kind of dropped the ball on that one, honestly. And, it kind of sucks. All right. But it is what it is. All right, I'm looking at comments real quick. Superman Legacy will be scrapped before release date. Yes, true. I hope so. Church of Snyder, what up? CS, what up? Joker 2 number one flop at the box office. Yes, that's true. I'm going to talk about that too. Parker, CS, what up, man? Minecraft is going to be a big flop next year. Big, big flop for sure. The hardcore fans have destroyed the trailer. Oh, man, it's so awesome. That's why I say power to the fans because, like we know what we want. And in the end, the studios are going to have to see and feel the power of the fans. James Gunn, Peter Safran, Matt Reeves, Jeff Johns, David Zaslav are all toxic for DC. We don't want corny Marvel style crap. James Gunn is already a joke, just like Matt Reeves' stupid Batman flop. Yep, that's true. I'm not interested. I don't care about that. Imagine if Lord and Miller made a Minecraft movie that was animated and had similar emotional heart and fun as Lego Movie and Spider-Verse. Yeah, that would have been good, but it is what it is. All right, so look, check this out. So again, Superman is going to go up against all these movies next year for the summer, right? We already know that Jurassic World is going to crush all of those films. Let's be real. Let's just face it. Um I don't have too much hope for what is it, the Fantastic Four. I know it's going to make for sure it's going to make more money than Superman. That's for sure because of course it's a Marvel product. I have a feeling that Jurassic World is going to take the winning for that whole month, if you want to say. Just because, of course, it's Jurassic World. People like that. It's for kids and it's for everybody. So it's a good movie, and a lot of people are excited to see that. I'm one of them. Honestly, I want to see. I can't wait to see that. And I'm actually going to skip Superman. I won't watch Superman just because I'm not going to give him a dollar. The only way I'm going to watch it, and I suggest for you to watch, is on straight up One Piece style, if you get what I mean. You get what I'm saying? But look, these are high numbers for Jurassic World to be making. All right. I don't think Superman's going to top nowhere near that. And Superman's just going to get fully wrecked at the box office next year for sure. All right. So now let's talk about how the Snyderverse made profit and where it's at. All right. Look, starting off with Justice League. I get it. We don't like Justice League. We know what's up. We already know what happened and why it led to us to get that. It is what it is. We can't go back and change it and stuff like that. But let's look at it. The fact is that Justice League, when it released, it made $661 million. That's high, all right? That's high up there. And I'm focusing right now on Justice League to what we have now. All right. I'm not gonna consider, Batman versus Superman and the stuff we got before Justice League. We already know that those were a hit and they were massive wins and stuff like that, regardless what people say. Suicide Squad, it made $746.8 million at the box office. Huge, huge. So you can see what I'm going to talk about next. After that, remember, time passed. And what did we get? We got Aquaman, the first movie. And we finally reached $1 billion. Let's focus on this. Let's focus on this. All right. Now, if you want to throw in the success of Batman versus Superman in there, let's go for it. There's money, because it made money. And screw what the critics said. We got and we made profit. It won. That's it. It won. Because here we are, 2024, and we're still talking about Batman versus Superman, like if it was a year ago. And not only that, we have McFarlane Toys that just announced yesterday that we're getting a whole line of Batman versus Superman. So tell me and prove to me how the Snyderverse is dead. Oh, because we don't have movies based on the Snyderverse right now in the theaters? So what? It's on pause. That's it. But the Snyderverse still lives because we're here still talking about it. You see what I'm saying? They're still milking it and they're still making profit. McFarlane Toys, WB, and in the end, we the fans continue to talk. This just motivates and fuels us to keep on talking about it. You can't stop it, regardless what you say. All right. So let's look at the road to success when it comes to the Snyderverse. Justice League, Suicide Squad, Aquaman. You have with Justice League 661 million. Then the next one is Suicide Squad, 746 million. And now you have Aquaman at 1 billion. You see how it starts going up, up, and up? The hunger is there. People are hungry. They want that. So what happens at and with Aquaman, the first one? Oh, that's right. Don't forget what happened. That's what the whole drama is going on with Zack Snyder being attacked by Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada and everybody that was involved with Ann Sarnoff and everybody that was against Zack Snyder. Because no, we cannot have success at WB. You know, that's a big no no. Oh, no, we cannot have a successful company. But yet WB wants to be like Marvel. So you want that Marvel money, but you don't want to give quality. It doesn't work like that. You got to get it together, WB. Accept what comes with whatever you're going to do. Whatever step you take, you have to remember that it's going to bring an effect. The cause is the Snyderverse. What's the effect? The critics and everybody that doesn't want the Snyderverse to succeed. Because this is right here, proof is showing to you. Justice League made profit. Suicide Squad made more profit. And then Aquaman made even more profit. So we're climbing the ladder to go above. I don't see that going down. That's still with Zack Snyder, everything. And I get it. James Wan was the director to do Aquaman. But don't forget, James Wan was consulting and he was talking and taking notes from Zack Snyder. All right? So they're already at $1 billion. What happens? Things pause for a moment because now we're going into that whole shift. We're going into that whole drama with Zach and that they're coming at him with Ann Sarnoff, WB executives, Toby Emmerich, and all these people. So what happens next? That's right. We finally enter the Hamadaverse. And with the Hamadaverse, what was the first movie to kick off with? That's right. Shazam. Shazam was compared to everything else that we got. All right. Now, when we look at it, all right, let's take a look and see what the profit under the Hamadaverse is with Shazam, the first one. Oh, 366 million. Whoa. How did that happen? How did it happen? We just made $1 billion under the Snyderverse. Hold on. We just entered now the Hamadaverse after Aquaman. And this is where things start going south. All right. And let's not forget another one too that I always tend to forget. I tend to forget Birds of Prey. Let's look at Birds of Prey. $205 million worldwide. Wow, that hurts. It hurts. You see what I'm saying? So under the Hamadaverse, this is what we're getting. And what else are we getting under the Hamadaverse? Oh, that's right, the following. So here is where everything starts flopping with Birds of Prey. Then, of course, Shazam, and everything continues to tank. All right. Wonder Woman during the pandemic. What happens? Wonder Woman 84, $170 million. Ooh, that hurts. And then what happens next? Oh, get ready. James Gunn, The Suicide Squad. That one did even worse. $168 million at the box office. Oh, that hurts. Ooh, but it's James Gunn. He's supposed to be for Marvel. He's supposed to be helping the brand and helping the company. We're going to make money. And what happens? He's losing even more money. All right. So time passes. What do we get next? Of course, we're getting Shazam 2. And what happens? Oh, 134 million. Oh, even worse than the Suicide Squad. And what happens after Shazam? Black Adam. This is where things were starting to pick up again and things were, changing for the good and stuff like that. But of course, we still have Toby Emmerich in the picture and we still have all these snakes. And at the same time, we have James Gunn lurking in the background because at the time, now this is where James Gunn's working his little slithering, moving around the studio because that's when they wanted to recast Henry Cavill while all of this was going on. And keep in mind, With Black Adam, this is where they brought Henry Cavill. So last minute they threw him and they're trying to lure us, the Snyder fans, and they're gonna bring us in because they're gonna make sales. But what happened? There was a boost. It was because Black Adam made 393 million at the box office, and that's with the studio still getting in the way. So it was, compared to what they've been putting out, it was a success. Say what you want, but I enjoyed Black Adam. It was good. And of course, we knew that fans were asking Dwayne the Rock, "Hey, are you gonna face off Henry Cavill?" And they were, going at it on social media, and Zachary Levi also, because we wanted to see that. We wanted to see Black Adam, Shazam, and Superman go at it, and it would have happened if James Gunn wouldn't be in the picture. I guarantee you that. All right. So after Black Adam, what do we have? Oh, that's right. We have the Flush, the one that everybody has seen, even Gary, the parademon from Justice League. It was the best thing since The Dark Knight. Remember when they were marketing? Everything was the best since The Dark Knight, right? The Flash is gonna. Even James Gunn came out and said, "Oh, that's gonna be the best thing that he's putting out," and he even put his name and he was involved and he was all taking credit for it, right? And what happens? Ooh, it tanked, 271 million at the box office. Wow, terrible, terrible. See how it gets worse? It keeps on sinking more and more. And of course, we get Shazam 2, 134 million. Terrible, just terrible. But don't forget, remember at the time, James Gunn came out and he said that Blue Beetle is going to be the start of his DCU, and he was taking pride in it. He was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do good with Blue Beetle." And what happens? Bum, 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 it tanked, 129.2 million at the box office. I'm glad. I'm glad. Because all James Gunn cooks is nothing but flops. And Superman is no and will not be an exception. It will also tank at the box office. All right. So then what's left? The remaining of the Snyderverse, quote unquote, if you want to say, with Aquaman 2. We know Aquaman 2 got screwed left and right because we knew, because we saw, and if you didn't know, probably you're finding out now, that at the time when they were filming Aquaman 2, they had already brought in Ben Affleck to do some extra scenes. They brought in Henry Cavill. They brought in Gal. They brought in everybody from the Justice League. And let's not forget, when they were doing the Flush, they were also going to bring Ray Fisher to do some scenes. But since this whole thing was going on with Walter Hamada and Ray Fisher, that they wouldn't apologize to him and on the set and with Joss Whedon, the drama and stuff like that. What happened? Ray Fisher stepped out and he said, I'm not gonna be involved in that product. And he wasn't. He was supposed to be in it. But things changed and we got what we got with the Flush, you know. And of course at the end we get Aquaman 2 of what was remaining of quote unquote the Snyderverse, because I don't consider that, just because Jason Momoa was part of the Snyderverse and stuff like that. I don't consider this still, canon and stuff like that. They were just trying to force it and things like that. Until this day, I still haven't watched it, but just because I'm not interested in it. How much did Aquaman 2 make? $396 million. Okay, that was good because it was the last one. So people were still hungry and they knew that this was going to be the last one of the Snyderverse. And unfortunately, that's where it all ends, with that and those profits. You see what I'm saying? So you can see at Aquaman, compare the first Aquaman, it was already at $1 billion. And after that, everything has just been sinking and it's been tanking and it continues to flop. Joker, one, entering now into whatever you want to call this universe, the Dark Label, Matt Reeves universe, the James Gunn verse, whatever the hell you want to call it, so be it. It's not working. Why it's not working? Okay, we get it. Joker 1 made $1 billion because it was new. It was something different. It was a different take. People were excited. They were like, oh, wow, we're finally getting a full Joker movie that's focused on that one character. And what happened? It made $1 billion because everybody wanted to see it. Even the people that didn't like Joker were still curious. So it is what it is with that. And then what do we have now? Oh, that's right. We have the Batman that was released in 2022. When the studio was like, you know what? We're going to step away and we're not going to do nothing with Ben Affleck and we're not going to do anything else with the Snyderverse. Let's reboot. Another reboot. Wow. Wonderful. Another reboot. Yay. And what happens? Overnight, Ben Affleck is replaced by Robert Pattinson. And what happens? All of a sudden, Robert Pattinson came out of nowhere. He came out of the blue because I had no idea that he was going to be casted. And where was the casting calls for a new Batman? See, the studio is shady. Behind closed doors, they were doing that. And don't be surprised. Remember when those pictures were floating around when two WB executives went over to Ben Affleck when he had his issues, with the alcohol and stuff like that. They went to him to his home, and you see the paparazzi and everything. Those pictures are on the internet. Go look for him if you don't believe me. And they spoke with him. What did they talk about? Who knows? But I have a feeling that's what probably they told Ben. Hey, look, we want you to do the Flash because the Flash wasn't done yet. That's why they brought him in to do the scenes and stuff like that. They probably told him, hey, look, we want you to finish what's remaining on your contract and just do those scenes, and that's pretty much it. And we're gonna reboot. And look at what they did, a full reboot. They probably told him, hey, look, since we know you have a problem with your addiction with alcohol and whatever, we're gonna move away from that while you recover. This is me speculating. And they're like, we're gonna replace you with somebody else. And they already knew who they had because all of a sudden we have Robert Pattinson. So what happens? They stripped the title that they were going to give Ben Affleck to do his standalone movie, The Batman, and they give it to Robert Pattinson. Yay! You hear the excitement in my voice? I'm being very sarcastic. And all of a sudden, what happens? We have now the Batman. Oh, wow, the Batman. Oh, that's going to save DC. Oh, that's going to be the best thing, right? Let's step away from the Snyderverse because even Matt Reeves had the chance and the opportunity to move and do stuff with Ben Affleck, but he chose not to. Matt Reeves decided that he wanted to do something different and do something with a younger Batman, which we have. That's Robert Pattinson. If Robert Pattinson would have been a young Ben Affleck, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect, honestly. But again, they dropped the ball, they screwed everything up, and here we are in this mess. Now let's check this out. With the Batman, all right, moving forward and seeing everything that we're at right now, if WB would have said, you know what, let's just continue the Snyderverse because we were making money from it. But again, their ego wouldn't allow them. So then where we're at right now with the Batman, 177 million at the box office. That's what's showing up online if you Google it. See what I'm saying? It was a failure. It was a flop. It doesn't work. It's not working. People are not interested in that. Not enough people are supporting it. And that's the problem with the studio. The studio thinks that they know what's best for us. And it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. You have to give the fans what they want. You don't give them what they want, this is what's going on. You have to accept the fact. All right, let me look at some comments. So drop your comments. I know you guys are dropping a lot of comments. So I'm trying to go, better and faster on that and stuff. All right, so we will stop at nothing. True, we will stop at nothing. The quote unquote better sequel didn't make a profit. True, exactly. It didn't. It just didn't work. Yes, it released the air cut. Let's see. All right, CS dropping the truth bombs. Appreciate that. You already know. Gotta hit them with the facts. That's what it is. They don't like it, but they're gonna have to deal with it because it is reality. All right, let's see. Thank you for you and the 4KO and Aaron Fisher for standing by us and not the fake YouTubers like our movie review, the True 41. They are the biggest coots. Yeah, you know what? I'm keeping it real. Like I said, I'm here like I said, since day one, I'm not gonna turn my back, and that's what a lot of these toxic James Gunn cultists are upset about because they can't silence me. Yeah, you're not, because I'm gonna speak the fact and the truth is that we will stop at nothing. That's it. All right. I love Black Adam. Nice. Yeah, Black Adam was good. A lot of people talk bad about it, but I like it. Honestly, it was on the path to change the course of, like how he was saying, the hierarchy of DC is about to change. And I was with it. I was ready for it. But again, the executives and the piss poor decisions that they make, this is where it's led them. And we're going to get to it right now. Black Adam is aging well. Very underrated movie, in my opinion. Yes, it is. Very underrated. It's a good film. I watch it from time to time. Also, don't forget, release the air cut. Always, always. You already know, release the air cut. We will stop at nothing. We're going to fight for that also. All right, was Cyborg going to travel the multiverse with Barry and the Flash? Apparently, that's what was going to happen. I know something that Cyborg had a big role because remember, after the Flash, or I think it was before the Flash, the original plans was to have a standalone Flash movie. I think it was before the Flash because he was going to make a cameo in the Flash, leading, no, not leading, my bad. Let me correct myself. We're supposed to get the Flash. I think it was the Flash, not the Flash. Everything was supposed to end with the Flash. It was supposed to be, I think, Cyborg, and we were supposed to get Aquaman, and then Cyborg reprised his role again in the Flash because the Flash was going to conclude everything and wrap everything up because that's what we had Henry Cavill, we had a Gal. That's why you see that we see in the final version when Ben Affleck gets saved by Wonder Woman on the bridge and stuff like that. But again, that's when already James Gunn's in power and he's screwing things up, and of course they tried to end it with Aquaman too. That's why it doesn't make sense if you look at it, because the whole point of the multiverse was to connect all of these universes, that it was going to open the door to James Gunn and whatever he was going to do. But instead, all he's been doing is screwing things around. It's just the pot is so stirred that it's just like, what are you serving? Have no idea. What are you cooking? It's a mess, and that's what he's doing. But this is where we're at and stuff like that. I haven't watched Lost Kingdom, Blue Beetle, Shazam 2, or Joker 2. Jokes on WB. Yeah, true. You're not missing anything, honestly. It really isn't nothing to miss out. Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson is going to get the same Henry Cavill treatment. Yes, they are. The Batman 2 movie is never going to happen when James Gunn is there. Exactly. I agree with you. It's not going to happen. I highly doubt it's going to happen. All right. The air cut will be dog water. Not every director's cut needs a release. Come on, man. Man, right out of here. They played on Ben Affleck's drinking problem. Yeah, that's what they try to do. But everybody has a problem, so. But in the end, we're just focused on what these actors and actresses gave us and what they were doing. All right, let's see. Matt Reeves screwed over Ben Affleck. Reeves is a hack just like James Gunn. Yeah, that's true. Because look, now that you're bringing that up, let's talk about it. And we're gonna focus on that real quick. All right. So look, how do I put this together? All right. I'm watching The Penguin. All right. I'm not paying for it, but I am watching it. If you get what I'm saying. So watching The Penguin, and this is gonna bring me into this topic with the whole Matt Reeves and everything. You'll see why. All right. Just hear me out. Watching The Penguin, the episode 4, right? It's very dark because now they show, you know, it's very dark. If you've seen it, you already know what I'm talking about. It's allowed for them to show blood and be very R-rated. Okay. Now the hypocrisy of WB is the following: that they allow Matt Reeves to do all of this, and not only that, they allow Matt Reeves to steal Ben Affleck's The Batman title. They allow Matt Reeves to steal the whole idea of them visiting Arkham Asylum, and that's what they're doing with the Batman and the Penguin. They're trying to build off what was already established from the idea from what Zack Snyder wanted to do. Because remember, we were supposed to have some standalone, I guess, projects and something else that was going to tie in into HBO Max, and that's what they're doing now. So they're taking all these ideas from the Snyderverse and just rearranging and changing the names. Like, oh, okay, this is going to be Matt Reeves' idea. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's boring. The 4th episode is extremely boring. Like the Penguin, all of this is just nothing but talk. And I'm like, how is this being allowed to be made? Like, but then it's a problem when Zack Snyder has Batman kicking ass in the warehouse. Make it make sense. And it's a problem when fans see that Batman's in the Batwing and Batman versus Superman and in the Batmobile destroying these criminals. He has to do what's necessary to stop these villains. You can't have a, hey, let's talk it out. But it's okay for James Gunn to have Peacemaker shooting innocent people in the Suicide Squad when they go into that jungle and then look back and be like, oops, my bad, sorry. But that's okay, right? You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy of the studio? This is why I have no sympathy towards WB. They got what they deserve. And the flop and the failure of Joker 2 proves to you that this studio has no clue whatsoever, and they don't know the fans. The fans said it from the beginning. We don't want Joker 2. Leave the first movie is going to be a classic. Just build off of it. And what happened? Greedy WB, here they come. Let's go ahead and do Joker 2. And not only let's make Joker 2, how about we bring in Lady Gaga? And on top of that, let's make it a musical. What? Why? We knew it was going to be a disaster. the moment it got announced that it was going to be a musical. A lot of people laughed at me and said, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't seen good musicals." Look, man, I know good and I know quality when I see it. And when Todd Phillips had said originally that he didn't want to do a sequel, he went back on his word for a paycheck. And that, to me, you lose points because it's like, dude, you should have just kept it real and said, you know what? No, I'm not going to do a sequel. And you should have never done it. This right now smears your career because you did a movie and forever it's going to be there. Damn, you made $1 billion. And then, damn, what the hell happened? Joker 2. Now you have Art the Clown and Terrifier 3 crushing you at the box office. That's insane. Who would have thought that Terrifier, an underground, low budget film, would have outperformed the Joker, the biggest IP character that DC Comics owns? That is ridiculous. That's an embarrassment. You have another clown that dethroned the Prince of Crime, the Joker. That tells you so much. It's insane. It's insane. But this studio gets what they deserve. You're losing money at the box office because you continue to refuse to give the fans what they want. If you just sit back and give the fans and listen to them, pay attention and cater to them, you wouldn't be in this situation. This is why Marvel is winning with Deadpool and Wolverine, because not only are they capitalizing on nostalgia, because now they're bringing in Hugh Jackman and all these old actors and actresses from the Fox regime, if you want to say, and they're bringing it into what the new and modern audience wants and the future. They're winning. They're doing the multiverse how it's supposed to. Damn it, WB, you had the chance with the Flash. You have the power of the damn multiverse. Why are you not utilizing it? What's so hard? You could have brought in every Batman that's still alive, the actors, to play and reprise their roles. Hell, if you were able to CG all of these people that are, rest in peace, they're not here with us anymore. Why the hell don't you capitalize? You have Michael Keaton, you have Ben Affleck, you have George Clooney, you have Christopher, what's his name? I can't remember right now. The one from the Nolanverse, Christian Bale, and you have now Robert Pattinson. You could have milked it. You could have outperformed Spider-Man No Way Home by bringing all these Batmen into one film with the multiverse. But no, you just let opportunity pass you by. You know why? Because like I've been saying it, James Gunn is sent from Marvel and he's not allowing those ideas to fulfill. Because of course, in the end, James Gunn is nothing but a rat for Marvel. He's a snake for Disney. So what is he doing? A Trojan horse in this company, destroying it. Because if that would have happened, it would have outshined Marvel on every level. And we know how dirty Disney is. We all know it. Let's accept the fact. That's what that is, honestly. But unfortunately, again, this studio doesn't learn. And that's why we, the fans, are keeping our wallets closed. The Penguin, boring show. I don't even know how that's even being allowed to continue, honestly, because it's boring. And I get it. It's like a ripoff of Sopranos mixed with Godfather. It's just nothing but talk. That's all that show is. 4 episodes, and it's like, this is really boring, honestly. The Batman, boring. I don't see the Batman 2 happening. Honestly, I really do not see the Batman 2 happening. With the way that things are going right now, things are going to backfire. Things are going to backfire a lot on the studio. And it's already happening. We're seeing it. That's why it's like, how do you have this studio allowing all of these things to happen? And it just doesn't make sense. But then, here's the big then. All of a sudden, now we're getting close to James Gunn's DCU, right? Months away, but they don't have money. They don't have money to fund it. Go start a GoFundMe campaign if it's that bad. But let's look at the facts. But now WB, and I'm sure that James Gunn, David Zaslav, Peter Safran, they all had a meeting and they were like, you know what? We're losing so much money. Yes, you're losing money. What should we do so we can make money back? Oh, that's right. Let's remilk the Snyder fans. How? We're going to put out toys, merchandise. Let's re release these movies. And the list continues that WB is always trying to do. Now, what do we have? All of a sudden, we have now McFarlane Toys teasing us and showing us that they're going to do the line for Batman versus Superman. That's pretty funny and interesting at the same time because it's like, damn, for a dead universe that's no longer It doesn't make money, it doesn't make profit, but they're making toys for that, merchandise for that, movies in the sense of re-releasing, physical media. They need to capitalize, and they need the Snyder fans. It's okay. We can remilk them, but we cannot continue the Snyderverse. Make it make sense. See what I'm saying? So if you're gonna have that and you're gonna do that as the studio, you get what you deserve. And what you deserve are the flops that you have coming your way. That's it. Because the wallets are closed. The fans have had enough. I keep on emphasizing and telling everybody, keep doing that. Don't stop. Keep those wallets closed. Just keep them closed and send the message, like Joker said in The Dark Knight. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. And when it comes to this, the ball is in our court. We're sending the message to WB. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, WB, the bell has been rung. The same way that we saw in Batman versus Superman, the bell has been rung. How? Because we know what we want. And WB, you're going to give it to us. We got the Snyder Cut. And you better believe it that we're going to get the Ayer cut next. And not only that, we're not going to stop until we get the whole Snyderverse restored. And it's going to happen. In due time, it will happen. This is why all of these toxic James Gunn cultists are nervous. They're scared. The same way when Batman told Superman, when he hit him with the kryptonite bullet in Batman vs. Superman, and he was like, yeah, breathe it in. That's fear. That's exactly how these toxic James Gunn cultists are. Breathe that in. That's fear, because you know that the Snyderverse is profit, and you know you cannot stop it. Because here we are, 10 years in, and still talking about the Snyderverse like if it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. This whole thing has been going on since 2013. In 2023, it's already been 10 years. We're right now 2024. That's 11 years, starting with Man of Steel. 11 years. If WB would have got their act together, they wouldn't be in this situation. They would have been making, capitalizing, and not only that, they would have been ahead of Marvel, so ahead. We would have been right now coming out of probably Zack Snyder's Justice League 3. Who knows? We would have probably had David Ayer's Suicide Squad 3. It would have been amazing with spin-offs and everything. But again, it's the piss poor decisions of the executives that are inside WB. And if they're being paid by the competitor, Disney and Marvel, what makes you think that they're not trying to prevent that? That's what I think. See what I'm saying? So in the end, the Snyderverse is profit, and it was making them money. After that, everything continues to go downhill. It cracks me up. It just cracks me up, and it should make you laugh also how some fans, quote unquote, those fake fans, are, because they think that it's okay for a flop to be allowed. Oh, it's fine. We can let a flop or two pass. But can you let a whole year, 2 years flops continue? No. You thought that Joker 2 was going to save you. You thought Barbie was going to save you. You thought Joker, the first movie, was going to save you. You made $1 billion, and guess what? Joker 2, you lost all that money. Okay, you made money with Dune 2. That's fine. You made $1 billion with that too. But what about your debt? Your debt is higher than where your profit is at. You're more in the red than where you are in the green. And for a studio, that is critical. I don't care what you say. If you're not making money and you're not making profit, you need to stop it. You need to stop it. The Suicide Squad cost the studio. Blue Beetle cost studio. Shazam 2 cost the studio money. What else? Birds of Prey cost them money. The Flush cost them money. Damn, how much more money you need to lose, WB? You need to get your act together. If not, you're about to go bankrupt. And what's worse is, besides going bankrupt, you're on the edge of going up for sale. Because say what you want, this studio is about to hit rock bottom. But before it hits rock bottom, of course, they're going to be like all these companies you've seen gone out of business. Big Lots that's going out of business. Kmart that's out of business. Sears that's going out of business. What happens? You start liquidating your assets. Remember in the 90s, Marvel did the same. This is why they lost the rights to X-Men. They lost the rights to the Hulk. Till this day, 2024, Marvel does not own the movie rights to the Hulk, and that's their own IP. Who owns it? Universal. And Universal doesn't have to make a movie. They own the rights. They have the right in Universal Studios. So to them, it's like, to hell with us. We don't care. We're still making money off of the name. And they're screwing the plans of Marvel. But now Marvel has to pay a hefty price for them to have the Hulk. And don't forget, in this business, you have to get a license. You want to put the Hulk in your movie? That's fine. It's going to cost you. You want to have Spider-Man in it? That's fine. It's going to cost you. That's funny. How do you go from owning your IP to selling it now to renting it? Makes no sense. But that's what happens. But then WB owns all of their IPs, own all of their characters, and they have no clue what to do with it. They have quality. They had quality with the Snyderverse and David Ayer. And what happens? They have the fan base. They have the followers, but they're not utilizing it to the fullest. So how are you going to make that make sense? It's not. It's not. And it's again the piss poor decisions of this studio that's literally costing them millions and millions of dollars. It's not hundreds of thousands. It's costing them millions of dollars. And that's crazy. That's why this company continues to sink. And it will continue to sink with James Gunn. James Gunn is not the solution. Peter Safran is not the solution. Wake up, people. All you toxic James Gunn cultists think that James Gunn's your savior, that he's here to make DC better and he's going to improve it. No, he's not. All he's doing is sinking it. Wake up, because you're living so deep in la la land, meaning you're so delusional that you can't see the reality. And the reality is that WB keeps on going rock bottom and they're about to fully hit it before they sell. And this is where I see that rumor is coming into play. And we could see it because we already have Zach back. We have David Ayer back. That rumor floating around that Comcast wants both of them to do alternative DC content for their streaming platform, HBO Max. That will be a huge win. Look, as a fan, and I'm going to put this out there, and I've heard some fans out there, and I've heard these fake fans also. Majority is the fake fans. Oh, the Snyderverse should continue in animated or in cartoon or in a comic. That's exactly what a toxic fake fan would say and want. You know why? Because they know that nobody's going to look at that. And remember, Zack Snyder himself said it. Do not compromise. So if he's saying don't compromise, why should I settle for less and accept, oh, because some of you fake fans want, oh, let it go into animation, let it go into a cartoon, let it just be a comic book. Get out of here with that. How about we make the whole DCU with James Gunn into a comic book? How about we turn it all that into an animation? Oh, that's right, because you know nobody's gonna care about that, right? The hypocrisy at its finest. Crazy, just crazy. That's why it's insane. It's insane how people are, sometimes. Look, check this out. Looking at the stocks right now, all right? This is at 209 today, all right? Their stocks went up. Oh, wow. Only a few cents. It just went up a little bit again. It's at $7.54. Okay, they're in the green, but it's not enough. That's not enough. $7, that's it? That's it? Like, that's crazy. Like, why? And look at Netflix, 711 with 57 cents. Yes, it's in the red, but that's nothing to them. It's still in the high 700s. That's massive. That's a huge win. Zack Snyder's winning over there. Netflix is winning over there. And DC, they keep on tanking. And those profits will continue to sink more and more as we get deeper into this whole quote unquote James Gunn reboot. The DCU is not going to work. Is not. I can't wait to see the excuses all these toxic James Gunn cultists are going to come up with. They're going to be like, well, Jurassic World was around and Fantastic Four didn't help and Lilo and Stitch, that didn't help it. Oh, the excuses are going to come out by the bundle. By the bundle, they're going to come out with excuses. They're probably preparing their excuses right now. Oh, what if when James Gunn's movie Superman tanks, what are we going to say? Well, we'll just blame it on Jurassic World and we'll blame it on Fantastic Four. Why? Just accept it. You're the first movie kicking off the summer. You don't have faith. You don't believe in your own product? Yeah, that's what it is. You just don't believe in it. You know that it's already set up to be DOA. It's done. It's done before it even starts. That's crazy. Crazy. Make it make sense. All right, let me look at some comments. So let me see where I left off. All right, right here. All right, so here we got like Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman Ultimate Edition, Wonder Woman. Yes, that was amazing. It was. All right, let's see. Same happened in the Krypton series. It was originally going to expand Goyer's and Snyder's Man of Steel lore, but then Jeff changed the plans to isolate it. Yep, that's the thing. Jeff Johns changed so many things, and look at where he's at now. Finally out of DC. About damn time. At least when it comes to the cinematic department, if you want to say. All right. So the Penguin is a ripoff of The Sopranos. I think that's the name of that TV series. Yeah, it's very boring, honestly. I tried watching it. It's just all it is just nothing but talk, talk, and more talk. That's all. Let's see. Todd Phillips did the same with Shazam director, and James Wan did. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, that's like a big F you to the studio saying, "Look, you didn't let me do my thing, and it is what it is." WB's getting what they deserve, unfortunately. All right, so James Gunn's universe will never happen. It's not gonna go off anywhere, honestly. And they know it. They know it. Pattinson's Batman was lacking in the detective skills department, despite the movies objectively focusing a lot on the detective work for once. Yeah, you know what? The thing is with the Batman, it was just so damn boring, honestly. Like I see what they were doing with the whole detective work and stuff. That was pretty nice. I like what they did with stuff like that. But it's just like I can't take that Riddler serious. He looks like a gimp. I don't know if you guys see that too. It's probably me, but all I see with the Batman's what's his name, the Riddler, is a gimp. That's all I see. Like I just don't see a Riddler in that, honestly. But I don't know. It is what it is with that. Walter Hamada had no faith in Joker. They sold off a percentage of the first film because Hamada thought it would flop. So WB didn't make a lot on Joker. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened also. That's the thing. WB doesn't really believe in their own directors. And then when they want to believe in the directors, it's not what's bringing them money. It's like, how do you make that work, honestly? It's crazy. All right, let's see. WB is not in the red anymore. They are in the in the black. They are so broke. Yeah, man. They went off the chart. Crazy. That's why we have Soy Hulk and the MCU. Yep, that's true. I agree with you, Nate. That's why we got this punk as the Hulk and what we saw in the last one. I don't remember which movie it was. I think it was an Endgame or whatever. No, I don't remember. I don't remember now. That they made him like a punk. I was like, come on, man. Like, yeah, hipster Hulk. That's what it was. I was like, he's reading a book. I'm like, this is how low the bar has gone down in the MCU. It's crazy. Gunn has already sunk the whole DC brand 2 years ago. Yep, and it continues to sink deeper. That's insane, honestly. All right, so we got Pam and Mike DeLuca need the CEOs. They are all for the real DCEU. Yeah, I know. That's for sure. We need them back. I know there's somewhere they're fighting, but of course James Gunn is making it difficult and he's probably getting in the way and stuff like that. James Gunn fans are paid puppets sent to spread some stupid comments. Yeah, that's what it is. They're all puppets. But it is what it is. Gun Torpedo WB with the notes he gave on Shazam 2, The Flush, Aquaman 2, and Blue Beetle. Yep, that's what it is. Remember these famous notes that James Gunn likes to hand, and then he wipes his hands off. Notice how when it's a flop, he wipes his hands. But when it's a quote unquote a success, like the Penguin, oh, that's part of the DC studios. Oh, come here, let me give you a fake hug. Yeah, you're part of. Come on, man, get out of here with that. We see through you. We see through that fake snake, James Gunn. All right. It's Warner broke Warner Brooks Discovery. Yep, that's crazy. Your evil laugh is gold. I've been told that. I don't know why, but oh man, that's why I love doing these chats with y'all, man. You guys are all amazing. All of y'all are amazing, honestly. All right, no compromise. There you go. No compromise. Amen. No, there will be theatrical movies for WB, for Restore WB. Fake fans are like sell to Netflix, sell to whatever. No, stay with WB as theatrical films. Will be restored along. Yeah, that's true. This is why you see me that I don't really talk about the whole sell the Snyderverse thing because, look, let's be honest. Would Marvel really sell the whole MCU? No. They'll probably lease characters. That's like right now asking Universal, "Hey, you want to sell the Hulk? I'll buy it for 60 billion." Universal's gonna be like, "No, you know why? Because I can make 60 billion probably in a week with our theme parks." So they're gonna be like, "No, good." Like the Bugs Bunny meme. No. Oh, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. All right, so let's see. Let's see. All right, Riddler was okay in the Batman. Some shots were unnecessary, stylistic. Did not need to see an attorney get kidnapped in his car while filmed through the gaps of the steering wheel and unfocused. Yeah, that's true. That was useless. I was like, man, we don't need that honestly. And they're doing the same thing with the Penguin. You know, it's crazy. It's just how I'm like, damn, yo, like there's something about this whole Matt Reeves universe that is just missing something. I don't know what it is, but it's just I like the backgrounds, I like some of the costumes, I like the sets, I like all that they have. It's cool. I like it. I'm not gonna hate on it, but it's just something about that universe that is just missing something. I don't know. And Zach gave us that. He just gave us, oh crap, I'm the edge of the seat. I'm like, I can't wait. Oh, what's gonna happen next? As you're watching it. But with Matt Reeves, I'm like, let me get in this big comfy couch. Let me just chill. I'm probably gonna take a nap in like 5 minutes because it's just it puts me to sleep. But I don't know. I just can't get into it honestly. Are you watching Superman and Lois? No, I'm just not interested in it. I know I've heard good things, but I'm not. I'm not watching it. All right, drop your comments. I got like 1 minute. I'm about to get going. All right, Gunn is the one who needs to get full reboot and his his ass all the way back to Marvel Studios. Yeah, that's where he belongs. Honestly, look, nothing against James Gunn, but he belongs over at Marvel. That's where he belongs. He's good with that. Keep doing your Guardians of the Galaxy and all those weird characters. Here, it's not working. It's just we don't want that, and we can pretty much a lot of us can agree on that. Sell is about licensing. Well, if you're gonna sell something, I get your point. You can license, but if you're gonna sell, I mean, you just might as well just sell it. But I mean, they need profit. That's it. WB is going to have to start licensing assets or selling them off with all these flops. Yeah, they're gonna have to, honestly. And I think that's where Comcast is gonna come into play, honestly. That's just my thought. That's what I think. I'm speculating. But that's what I think that in the end, Comcast is gonna come, crush everything, and just say, you know what, we're here and we're gonna capitalize and let them do what they have to. So who in the right mind will want to watch a guy who runs with doggy treats for crypto? Crypto the dog. Yeah, man. That whole Crypto the dog thing is going to be a mess, just like we saw in the flush with that little dog jumping out the window and with the microwave and all that. Oh my god, that was so ridiculous. When I saw that in the flush, I was like, that's what we're gonna see in James Gunn's Superman next year. It's crazy. It's like he's setting it up for what's to come. It's insane, you know. But yeah. All right then, y'all. So I'm about to get going. I appreciate y'all for watching, for tuning in, for dropping the comments, for showing the love, showing the support. You already know. Hit that subscribe, drop your comments, hit that subscribe, share it, turn the notifications on, all that good stuff. So I'll probably be back later on, but I'll see what's up. But y'all stay cool, y'all stay posted, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right.